Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we'll be looking at the ultra low budget under $200 laptops. Now, most people would recommend to go on the secondhand market at this price point. While this is a good idea, there are a few devices at this ultra low budget category that are worth taking a look at. Now, I've tried to include a good variety of devices in this video, all the way from a 2-in-1 to a traditional clamshell design laptops. Devices are in no particular order, so stick around till the end of the video if you don't want to miss any of them. As always, if you like any of these devices or you want to know more about them, the links are down in the description below, and we make sure to include the best prices on each product. The third product on the list is the NUVISION Nsight Split 11, a 2-in-1 budget Windows 10 laptop. Comes mostly in an all-metal design chassis with a magnetically attached keyboard folio that has a hinge on the back for a screen angle adjustment. So you can think of this device as a Microsoft Surface on a budget for under $200 on Amazon, and that includes the magnetically attached keyboard and trackpad. This 2-in-1 is mostly suited for media consumption, as well as some light tasks such as typing up reports in Word or Excel, creating PowerPoint presentations, and light web surfing. The display included in this 2-in-1 is 11.6-inch Full HD 1080p IPS touch panel. Now, this display does not include an active pen stylus with pressure sensitivity. However, we do have a device coming up with that capability, so if you're interested in one of those, keep watching. The CPU included is an Intel Celeron N3350. Now, this will probably tell you nothing. All you need to know is this is a budget dual-core with 2 threads, low-power processor with approximately 1/10 the processing power an average quad-core desktop CPU. Don't let this discourage you from buying this laptop, however. I just want you to have clear expectations, as this processor will be very capable at running Word, Excel, Chrome, and web browsing with YouTube playing in the background quite comfortably. So you shouldn't be worried for light tasks and applications. Just don't expect this device to be the snappiest and the fastest laptop on the market. Now, this processor being a low-powered part does come with an advantage. As it uses so little power, it can be passively cooled without any active cooling such as fans, making it a silent device. The laptop is included with 4GB of low-power DDR3 memory, which is plenty for light tasks and multitasking. The Split 11 includes 32GB of eMMC non-expandable flash storage, which is significantly faster and more reliable than a conventional mechanical hard drive, but is not as fast as a SATA SSD drive. The thing to note here is that storage is a bit on the low side, and you would want to expand it with a microSD card, slot for which is available on the left side of the device. Up to 256GB SD cards are supported in this laptop. The Split 11 includes a 30 watt-hour battery with an advertised battery life of 8 hours. However, most users only report a battery life between 2 and 4 hours. As for connectivity, this device includes the 802.11 AC Wi-Fi, which is excellent for this price range, as it includes the 5 GHz Wi-Fi band as well as the 2.4 GHz band, and it comes with Bluetooth 4.2 support. This 2-in-1 comes included with 2 cameras, a 5 megapixel 1080p camera on the rear and a 2 megapixel 720p camera on the front. One advantage of this setup is that you can switch between the front-facing and the rear camera for better illustration and video calls. The tablet itself includes speakers on the left and right side of the device, a power button and a volume rocker on the top, power jack on the right side, 3.5mm headphone jack on the top left corner, a single 3.2 USB Type-C port on the left side, a microSD card slot below that. The included single USB Type-C port can also be used for charging the device, which is handy as it allows you to use other USB Type-C chargers such as the one that comes with your phone or a tablet. And it includes a USB Type-C to HDMI dongle in the box for video output. The tablet itself comes at a weight of 770 grams, which is 1.7 pounds, and 1.1 kilograms or 2.5 pounds with the magnetically attached folio, making it a very light and portable device. The magnetically attached folio is great. Not only it provides protection for the device, but it has a nice responsive trackpad, great tactile keyboard with decent key travel, which is similar in size to the Microsoft Surface's keyboard. The main feature of the folio is the inclusion of the hinge on the back, allowing you to angle the screen to almost any position for a comfortable viewing experience. Moving on to the pros and cons. The major pro for this device is that it's excellent at media consumption. It comes with a 1080p IPS display, a headphone jack, Bluetooth 4.2 for connectivity to your wireless earbuds, and is great for watching movies on. Other pros include the fact that the magnetically attached folio is included in the package for the $199 price tag. It has a passively cooled CPU, allowing for silent operation, the inclusion of the 5 GHz Wi-Fi band, which is not common to see in this price range, and the ability to charge through the USB Type-C port, allowing you to use existing chargers that you may already have around the house. Moving on to the cons. The major consideration for this device is the inclusion of the internal storage, as it is only 32GB in size, meaning you really need to use the microSD card expansion for additional storage, and set up Windows 10 so that it installs apps and downloads updates to that SD card. Otherwise, you may lose out on some major updates due to restricted storage on this device. Other cons include the fact that it only comes with one USB Type-C port, requiring to use dongles if you want to have a video output. The speakers aren't the greatest and the loudest. The screen is hard to see in bright outdoor environments. The battery life is poor. Most users report only an average battery life between 2 and 4 hours. All in all, don't let these cons deter you. It is an excellent device for the price, especially if you want to use it for media consumption. If you like this video and want more tech choices and recommendations, consider subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications so you don't miss more videos like this one. The second product on the list is the BMax X13A, a 13-inch laptop that takes a lot of inspiration from the MacBook Air, which is a good thing, as the MacBook Air is a good-looking device. The BMax has a slim 18mm or 0.7-inch thick body with an elegant polycarbonate unibody finish. It comes at a weight of 1,300 grams or 2.8 pounds, and it follows the modern design trends with the inclusion of a large trackpad with keyboard that has nice tactile feedback and is very enjoyable to type on. Now, the X13A is very similar to the more popular EZBook X3 made by Jumper, as both use the same OEM for their laptop chassis. But the Jumper X3 is slightly higher spec and as a result, a high price tag at around $260, which is why I did not include it in this list. But it is still a very good alternative, as the BMax can be had for $220 as of filming. Now, I know this is over the $200, but you can snap this device up on sale for $200 if you're patient enough. The X13A sports a 13.3-inch 1080p IPS with no touch capability display, making it perfect for media consumption, as it is non-reflective, which makes it great for watching movies at different angles with minimum glare or light reflections. The CPU is as standard as before, a Celeron Apollo Lake N3350, a simple dual core with 2 threads. Same as before, it is passively cooled, means that the bottom of the device will get a little hot, but it is normal for a passively cooled device. It can handle multitasking with 2 to 3 Office apps open without any problems. And if you're interested in a device with a lot more performance in this category, then keep watching because you will be surprised to see the kind of performance you can get in our next device for a similar price. The RAM is also a standard affair here at only 4GB of size, just like the previous device. As before, this allows some light office use and media consumption. Now, storage is where we see an improvement over most other devices in this price category. At 64GB eMMC solid-state storage, this lets you run Windows 10 on this laptop without having a dedicated microSD card permanently installed in the device. The storage is also expandable, with an inclusion of M.2 2242 SATA SSD that is installed at the bottom of the device. The included graphics is the standard Intel integrated UHD Graphics 5000. Don't expect to play any games on it, but it is designed primarily for video playback and desktop operations. The battery included is 35 watt-hours, allowing for an average use of about 4 to 5 hours. The connectivity is great. The inclusion of 802.11ac dual-band Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 4.2 allows this device to use 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi at the same time. The webcam, however, is pretty basic, at only 2 megapixels, allowing for a resolution of 720p. However, the laptop does come with stereo microphones. As for ports, on the left side of the device, it comes with 3.5mm headphone jack, a USB 3.0 Type-A port, and a microSD card slot. On the right side is a power jack, another USB 3.0 Type-A port, and a micro HDMI port. On the bottom, we have dual bottom-firing speakers and a keyboard that has nice tactile feedback and is enjoyable to type on. The included trackpad is leading in this price range, as it's largest in its category. Moving on to the pros and the cons of the device. The first pro is the inclusion of the extra wide touchpad that was just mentioned. This follows the latest trends and increases the ease of use of this device. The second pro for this device is that it has very balanced hardware. This laptop made the right sacrifices in order to balance price and performance. And as for the cons, it's the CPU. It's still a basic dual core and it isn't the fastest and can only perform basic media functions with some light office use. One recommendation I can give is to install Linux on this machine for a snappy experience, as Linux is a much lighter operating system. But all in all, this is a good little machine for the price. The first product on the list is the Chuwi Hi10X, a 10.1-inch 2-in-1 laptop/tablet that is my personal choice for the $200 ultra-low budget category, and here's why. First off, this 2-in-1 has the Intel Celeron N4100 processor, which, unlike most devices in this price category, is a quad-core with 4 threads, rather than dual-core. Additionally, the CPU is also clocked at a higher speed, and all of this results in a processor that is more than twice as fast as the previously mentioned N3350. All this extra multi-processing makes this device much more capable in multitasking and daily use. Secondly, this device has a full aluminium unibody, making it feel a lot more like an expensive premium device. Now, all of this doesn't come for free. And the biggest drawback of this device is the price, at $229 at the time of filming. As with the previous device, you can get the Hi10X on sale for only $200, which is why I'm including it in this comparison. However, this does not include the magnetically attached keyboard with trackpad for this price, which is a cost you need to consider or buy at a later date. The good news is that the device has enough USB ports to plug in a keyboard and mouse or use Bluetooth peripherals. This device also comes with another party trick. It has the option of an active pen with 4096 pressure levels called the HiPen H6. It costs an additional $30, but it will allow you to take notes in a more natural, traditional way with some light drawing capability. The thing I like the most about this device is the flexibility, allowing you to add functionality and features at a later date. As this device is a 2-in-1 tablet form factor, it is only 9mm or 0.35 inches thick and weighs at 600 grams or 1.3 pounds. Keep in mind, this is without the attached keyboard, which doubles its weight and thickness when attached. The screen is a 10.1-inch IPS panel with a resolution of 1920 by 1200, giving it an aspect ratio of 19 by 10, the highest in this comparison, and it supports 10 points of capacitive touch. The device also packs an increased 6GB of RAM running at 1066 MHz in dual-channel configuration, which is excellent, as it is proportionally sized up with the additional CPU power provided in this device to allow for significantly more multitasking in this price category. The storage included is the largest in its class, at 128GB of eMMC flash, but with no option of upgradability this time. As for the graphics card, it is the updated 9th Gen Ultra High Definition that's embedded in the CPU. Now, this has the support for 4K video playback, which is nice if you ever want to connect this device to a TV. The increase in graphics horsepower over the N3350 in this category does allow you to play Dota and League of Legends at 720p on low settings. The only reason I'm including this isn't because you're going to get a great gaming experience, but it is more to show you the capabilities of this device. The battery included is only 24 watt-hours, giving it about 5 hours of light use. This is definitely not the strong point for this device. The connectivity is excellent, however, with the inclusion of 802.11ac, also known as Wi-Fi 5, with Bluetooth 5.0, a leading addition in this class. The Hi10X, as most tablets, has a dual camera setup, a 5-megapixel 1080p in the rear and a 2-megapixel 720p in the front, a setup we have seen on the first device in this video. This device includes the following ports. On the left side is a 3.5mm headphone jack, followed by a micro HDMI port, a USB 2.0 Type-C port that is also used to charge the device, a USB 3.0 Type-C port for data-only transfers, and a micro SD card slot. On the top, there is a power button and a volume rocker. No ports are included on the right side of the device, and the speakers are located on the left and the right side of the tablet. The non-included accessory keyboard is good, with great key travel and a trackpad that uses Windows Precision drivers. The gripe here is that the trackpad is small. The upside with the attached keyboard is that it adds an additional 2 USB 2.0 Type A ports. The optional pen is also great. With 4096 levels of pressure sensitivity, it is good for note-taking and some light drawing. The pros for this device are the performance. In this price category, this device is the performance king. Nothing comes close. And the inclusion of full metal unibody chassis. And for the cons, screen bezels. These are really large. Now, we know we need them to use the device in tablet mode, otherwise you would register a lot of accidental touches, but it still would have been nice to have them a little bit smaller. The speakers are another weak point for this device, about equivalent to 2 phone speakers. Web cameras aren't the greatest either, but they are the same as all others in this class. The thing I like most about this device is the flexibility, allowing you to add functionality and features at a later date without having to pay the full price up front. So there you have it. Let us know your thoughts on this device list down in the comments below. Or if you have a device that you think that should have been included in this video, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more budget tech recommendation videos and much more. Check out this playlist of more top budget laptop recommendations from us, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.